Hello, everybody. Today, the story time will be about my evil gym teacher and health teacher, but this is going to be a funny story time. So, in today's video story time, we'll talk about the Muffin Man incident. This is one of many incidences in our class, so we'll give this gym teacher the name of Mrs. Matthews. Now, in my gym class was filled with troublemakers, and it was the very end of the day. It was my seventh period, so right after gym class, we'd be leaving to the buses. But on this one day, we were in gym class, and my friend we'll call David. David decides to start smoking a cart, which he always got goofy, and he'd go up behind Mrs. Matthews and be all, he'd do some weird shit. And it would make everybody else laugh during the little meeting she did every day. And she'd always turn around and be like, "David, what are you doing?" and start screaming at him. But we had to bring out the pickleball things this class. So we'll start from the very beginning of my school day. I woke up, got a shower, and shitted. And then we went to first period. All my periods went pretty good, but I was just waiting for gym class because you gotta act up in that class. And by the time seventh period rolls around, I walk into the gym class and I just see pickleball is set up. Now, me personally, pickleball ain't that bad, but with this teacher, it was bad. So Mrs. Matthews is like, "We're doing pickleball. Everybody get in their uniforms, or we're gonna take away points." If you didn't put on your uniform, she immediately gave you an F, because that was just the type of teacher she was. So I walked back to the gym class, or to the locker room, and David's sitting there like picking on people, just being a dickhead, and this one kid was like, "Hey, no one look at me, bro, no one look at me." And he pulls a soap bar out of his backpack, and I knew which room he stole it from. He stole it from the science classroom. And in the science classroom, it was the bars of soap that are like incredibly crumbly. So he starts smashing it and kicking it all around the locker room, and there's just like 1 inch pieces of this fucking soap bar like smashed everywhere. Like it looked like it snowed in there. So obviously, at the end of the day, she was going to get mad about that, so we just acted like, "Oh, I don't know what's happening." But David knew that this Miss Matthews always looked in on us. Like, not looking in, but she was always cracking the door to try and hear what we were talking about. So he walks up to the door frame, and he sticks his ass completely out. And whenever she cracks open the door, she just sees his bare ass staring right at her. And she goes, "Get dressed!" and slams the door hard. He was like, "Well, she shouldn't have been peeking in here. She wouldn't have saw my bare naked ass." And we all get dressed, and we go out to the pickleball thing. And she was either always on this tablet or on one of those little clipboard things. And all the benches, like the bleachers, are pushed up. And I found a muffin in the bleachers. But David decides he is going to start smacking these pickleballs as hard as he can at everybody in his vicinity. He smacks one up at the sky, and it comes down and smacks Miss Matthews directly in the face. And she does like the biggest jump back, like she just got shot in the head. And she goes, "Who did that?" And he looks over and just blames it on this random kid. We'll call him Jaden. He blames it on Jaden, and Jaden's like, "What?" And she was like, "Come here, I know you did it." He was like, "I still have my pickleball. What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Well, that's a day of detention." And immediately writes him up, and he's pissed off the rest of the day. But David isn't done messing around. And I find the muffin, and I'm like, "Yo, David, look." And it was those big breakfast muffins you get at the beginning of the day, like the chocolate ones. And she walks out to go fill out that other kid's form that she was going to write up. And when she does, I decide to unwrap the muffin throw it in the air, and smack it with the pickleball paddle, and it shatters all over the gymnasium floor, like where the logo is. So we go back to playing pickleball, and him and his teammates behind me, and then me and my teammate are in the front, and he smacks the pickleball paddle, and the ball comes and hits me in the back of the neck, and you can see the grooves of the pickleball etched into the back of my neck, and I was just like, oh, fuck. But then Miss Matthews walks out and sees the muffin in the middle of the floor, completely smashed. And also, there is cameras in the gymnasium. They're all the way at the very top, which I never thought they worked. But she walks out and she was like, who did this? Everybody stop! And she was just screaming. A couple people were still playing pickleball, and she was losing her mind. She was like, everybody quit! Everybody gather around. And we gathered around the muffin like it was an emergency meeting in fucking Among Us. And she is just like, well, who did it? Who did it? Come on and confess. Which one of you troublemakers did this? And me and David are just looking at each other laughing. And this one girl, we'll call her McKenna. McKenna's like, come on, guys. I know either you or David did it. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, so you're snitching all this sudden? You ain't even got no proof that we did this. You're on the other side of the gymnasium. And she's like, we know it's you guys. You're laughing. I'm like, I'm laughing at the situation. This whole situation's so dumb. Even though it was me, I was trying to rest my case. Speech 100. But she starts threatening to pull up the security cameras, Miss Matthew does. And she's like, see those cameras up there? They've been recording all day long. So don't make me go to the office and find out which one of you did this. And then I said, she trying to find a muffin man. And then me and 10 other kids start busting out laughing, which she didn't like. She was like, all right, no one wants to talk? I'm done. And then she walks out to the office. And me and David are sitting there laughing. And then McKenna's like, seriously, guys, which one of you did this? And we're like, we have no idea who did it, because we knew she'd snitch. We're just sitting there laughing. And she comes hobbling back in and is like, well, they're going to pull up the security footage, but if you tell me who did it right now, you won't get in trouble. Which my brain was like, the security cameras are either not rolling or she's telling the truth, which I'm guessing they're not rolling. So I was like, I have no idea who did it, honestly. And she's going around one by one in this circle around the murdered muffin in the middle of the gymnasium, trying to get whoever did it to speak up. And no one is speaking up. And she was like, alright, I'm gonna go grab the footage then. And then we wait another 10 minutes. We're still laughing about that muffin situation. And she comes back and is like, well, everybody go get dressed one by one, because I guess she also looked in the locker room and saw the bar of soap. And she was like, no, I can't prove who did that. So from now on, we're going to be getting dressed one by one. This is going to take up all your gym time, which we don't really give a fuck. We don't really care about gym. It's just an easy credit. So the next day we come in and we're still laughing about the mysteries of the Muffin Man. And she's still pissed off. She did make us get dressed one by one. And my lunch started at my gym class started at like 1:50. No, it was like 1:30 and we get out of school at 1:20 or 2:20. So gym class is quite long, but after everybody gets dressed, it was like already 2, so we had literally 20 minutes of gym class. And she also wanted us to still get dressed back into our normal clothes at the end of gym class. We were like, fuck no, we're going to be missing the bus. So we all just went in there and she was screaming. And then the next day after that, the principal comes in. He was like, walks straight up to me. He goes, Lucas, are you the Muffin Man? And I was like, I swear to you, I do not know who the Muffin Man was or who did the muffin murdering. I don't know. And he never found out to this day that it was me. I'm the Muffin Man. And she eventually did go away with the rule of getting dressed one by one. But I thought the Muffin Man situation was pretty funny. And if you're gonna do this, don't be the Muffin Man, because it'll just get you in trouble at school. And if they did find out it was me, they probably would have suspended me or did more dumb shit. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. See ya.